Hi everybody, my name's Clayton, and if you're watching this, I'm sure a lot of you know me. If not, it's nice to meet you, and I really appreciate that everybody's watching this video. And if you have any similar experiences with what I'm about to talk about, any comments, anything like that, leave them in the comment section below. And I ask that you please be kind and considerate when leaving comments. I mean, don't bash everybody else and everything. I mean, it's YouTube, it'll probably happen, but if you can, just please don't. I mean, why? Anyways, I've been wanting to make this video for I don't know how long now. I just haven't, and I think why I haven't is just because I'm lazy. I mean, that's the most honest term, or honest, I guess, explanation. And well, I am now, so I guess that's a plus. But anyways, I just want to make this video to get more awareness out for certain things. I'll be discussing them shortly, but I just wanted to educate, I guess, some people on certain things that most people, well, some people don't understand at times. Of course, this might not be the most accurate, and I'm not saying this is the answer to everything. This is just a video, this is my opinion, and I'm just trying to voice it, I guess. So, basically something that I've dealt with my entire life is I have something called Tourette syndrome, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard about it. A lot of you have probably seen things on TV about it. Sometimes it's true, sometimes they're just making a joke of it. It just depends. But it's something that, like, I was diagnosed with in, I think, first grade, and I've obviously had it my whole life, and I've just learned to live with it and deal with it. And I'll just give you a little bit info about what it is and some of the stereotypes that go around, and how, like, a lot of the times they're not right. So I guess I'm kind of correcting that in some sort of way. Okay, so what Tourette syndrome is it's inherited, and it's a neuropsychiatric disorder. And I don't really like calling it disorder because I mean, it might be, but at the same time, I think it's more of a gift because you're different. I mean, everybody's made different, so I guess that's just what it is. People who have it, that's who they are. I mean, it defines them. So, disorder isn't the best word to use, but basically, it's some sort of, it's an inherited thing that basically fills you with certain urges to have some sort of verbal or physical, I guess, not necessarily outbursts, but just tics, I guess. Yeah, well, yeah, most people who have this know what I'm talking about, know what these tics are and stuff. There's just regular tics, nervous tics, a whole bunch of stuff. But basically what a tic is say you have an itch, for example, like on anywhere on your body, and it just keeps itching and itching, and you just want it to go away. Well, obviously the best way to relieve that itch is to scratch it. So what these tics are there little ideas in the back of your mind that just, there's some sort of discomfort in your body, and what the tic is it's that discomfort, but then your body reacts to it by relieving it somehow. So, like, for example, say if my body feels like there's some sort of discomfort, like in my eye or in my neck or something like that, like say, like, for now, my tics, like, if there's something wrong with my eye, I'll, like, do this a lot, or, like, stretch my neck. That's kind of a bad example, but that's the gist of what it is. I mean, it's not really discomfort, it's just something that happens. These tics, people with Tourette syndrome, they don't even know that they happen most of the time. They just do it, and most of the people that have it, well, everybody that has it can't help their tics. They just happen. It's your body's natural response, and like I said, most of the time they don't know what's happening. And sadly, they get made fun of at times for it. So the first thing that comes to mind with some sort of stereotype is in that movie Deuce Bigelow. And if you've seen it, if you haven't, whatever, there's this girl in the movie that just cusses a lot out loud. and can't control it. And even though that's the case, I think most people think that everybody with Tourette syndrome has that. If you know me, I don't cuss at all, and I mean, you're probably laughing at the idea of me doing something like that. But anyways, that form is called a coprolalia, I think. I can maybe spell it, put it below something, but this condition only affects about 15% of people who have Tourette syndrome. So I mean, most of us aren't going out there and cussing up a storm without even knowing it. And I mean, I've seen people at my locker back in high school making fun of people, just like saying random inappropriate profane words out loud, saying, "Oh, I have Tourette syndrome." That's not the case. This happens in about 15% of people. So I guess that's the biggest stereotype that happens with Tourette's. And so if you see somebody talking about somebody with Tourette syndrome, I mean, that's not always the case. Like myself, I mean, most of the people don't even know that I have it. My senior year, I wrote a paper on it, and my English teacher that graded it was like, he was just perplexed because he had no clue that I had this. So yeah, sometimes it's not as bad as people advertise it, I guess. So for my tics, I want to do this section because if other people who have Tourette syndrome watch this, I would like it to possibly describe your tics, tell me how you dealt with it all your life and everything. Just because I mean we're on this with each other, and we know how it is. We know, I guess, yeah, what it's like to grow up with it and just live with it. But for the most part, okay, so for my tics, first grade was when my mom had went to the doctor and she had noticed it the most. That's when my tics got bad. Some of the tics that I had, like the biggest one from like first grade to maybe fourth grade, was I would jerk my head back like this. And I'm sorry if I laugh at some of this stuff. I mean, it's not really funny at times, but I always laugh at myself. I laugh all the time. I don't know why. It's just how I am, who I am. But one of the tics that I had was I'd always jerk my head back like this without really knowing. And that one I got picked on a lot for in grade school. I mean, you know how you are when you're a little kid. You're curious about everything. You ask questions all the time. People always ask me about that, why I'm doing it, and I told them I couldn't help it. And I mean, that wasn't the best explanation, but that's all I knew at the time, so that's what I give them. And for the most part, not a whole lot of people would keep picking on me about it. There was one kid in particular who bullied me the most. And what's funny is he had Tourette syndrome too, so I mean, maybe that was some sort of way of him coping with it. But I guess I wasn't picked on as severe as other kids that I've heard. But one of my other tics that I had, I would constantly lick the sides of my lips like that. And it got so bad that at one point, like, the sides of my mouth was actually raw. This is actually in, we have a picture of this when I was in basketball, like first, second grade, something like that, where you could see parts of my lips just being raw. And that was probably one of the first tics that I had that made my mom go to the doctor and see what happened, or see what was up with me. And that's when I got treated for it and stuff. Another tic was I would like do this with my arms. I would make some vocal sounds. I would go a lot and a lot. So those were the biggest ones that I had. As I got older and got to, I guess as I started edging closer to puberty, most of them subsided more. I had more, basically my tics went from that. I still had some of the vocal tics, but then it went on to just facial tics, which is basically all I have now. The facial tics that I have is like, I'll do this thing with my eye where like I just twitch it like that, or like my neck, I flex it, and I'll wrinkle my nose every now and then. I'll have other hidden ones where, like, say I flex parts of my body that you can't really see. Um, they're not bad anymore. Like I said, most people don't even know I have it, and I'm sorry if your case is more severe than mine and you have to deal with more people. I know how it is, and hopefully they don't, but that's just how the world is at times. But for the most part, that's the extent of my tics. That's all that I have right now. The thing about tics is, for me, and I'm pretty sure mostly everybody else who have them, they get a whole lot worse when you're nervous or if you have a lot of stress in your life. Like, I guess most recently I've had more stress than I've had in the last couple years, and I've noticed that they've been acting up a whole lot. Like, I know last weekend, like, my eyes were blinking and they were going crazy. But yeah, they pick up a lot more when you're nervous, and I guess that kind of makes sense because you constantly have discomfort running through your mind. So since you have that discomfort, your body's going to try to get rid of it. So that's the whole tic thing. So those are my tics. I just wanted to let everybody know that this is something that most people misinterpret at times. This is something that people can't help. There is a cure for it, I think. Well, not cure. They can do some sort of surgery. I'm not 100% positive on this, but they can do some sort of surgery where they basically get rid of it. They close the box, quote unquote. That's what it's called, or something. But it fixes it, cures it. Honestly, unless you have really, really bad tics or you're self-conscious, I personally don't think that that's the greatest idea. I mean, if you feel like you need to, go for it. But at the same time, I mean, that's what makes you unique. Obviously, not everybody has this. This makes you who you are. Something else I've noticed about Tourette syndrome is when you have it, it's a whole lot easier to pick up on other people who have it as well. I have a couple. Actually, I have one friend that I know that has it, and I've seen people like at my college and schools and other things that it's just really noticeable. Like, you can pick up on their tics and you know that they have it. And then you feel for them, because there was a kid in my college that had it, and people would pick on him all the time. Not to his face, they'd do it behind his back like normal, like most people do. But anyways, they would do that, and I actually talked to some of those people and told them that he can't help it. This is what it is. You're not making fun of me, so I make fun of him. And I mean, yeah, that's the guilty way of doing it, but I got my point across, and they stopped after that. It's just, I mean, it's bullying. And bullying's just stupid. I mean, what's the point in picking on somebody? Obviously, you feel bad about yourself or something else, and it's usually, actually, it's almost always not the other person's fault. So, take care of that crap, like, on your own time. Don't push it off on somebody else. This video definitely isn't, like, a way to educate you, so you can go out there and make fun of people like the correct way because now you know what the disorder is. Just don't. I mean, if you know it's gonna hurt somebody, then why do it? That's just stupid. I mean, you wouldn't want somebody to come up to you and like make fun of you for something. So I guess that's my little bullying rant. Just don't do it. It's dumb. So overall, I just wanted to put this video out there, tell some people about it. I know a lot of you don't even know that I have this, so I guess if you didn't and you're surprised, surprise. So yeah, it's just more about me, more who I am, more of how I was made, and how I've dealt with it the last 22 years. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch this. I can't even describe how much I appreciate it, and I'm just so thankful that there's people out there that would actually care enough to watch something like this and possibly leave comments. And just thank you, and have a wonderful day. Bye!